Hello, I'm Yana Trafals and I work for the Athens Institute for Education and Research, which is a world association for academics and researchers. I'd like to welcome you to Atner's interview series, where we interview the participants that attend our conference in Athens. Today I'm going to be interviewing Dr. Jean-Philippe Mathy, who is a professor and director at the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign in the USA. Hello, welcome to Athens. How are you?
Thank you very much. How are you?
I'm good. So, can you give us a brief academic introduction of yourself?
Yes, I am a professor of French and comparative literature in the United States. I've been living in the United States for almost 3 decades. I'm originally from France. And I am also the director of the School of Literature, Cultures, and Linguistics at the university, which is a school that pretty much contains all the language departments plus linguistics in our university. So my field is contemporary France, but also comparative studies. I have worked on the representation of the United States and American culture in French literature and philosophy. And also I have written a book recently on changes in contemporary France, cultural changes.
So what is your current major area of research? Are you working on something now?
Yes, I am. I'm working on a book on 9/11 in France, the perception of 9/11 in France, and the afterlives of 9/11, how the French are still writing and thinking about political issues following 9/11.
So what did you present at the conference?
At the conference, I presented a paper on a very controversial book that was published in France 2 years ago by a very controversial writer called Michel Houellebecq. And this book, all his books have been controversial, but this one was particularly controversial. It's called Submission, and it takes as its departure the fact that France becomes an Islamic republic after the victory of a Muslim politician who becomes the president of France. So it kind of explores in a kind of a political fiction what would happen if a Muslim party won the election in a Western country. That's the general context. What I was interested in as part of the novel, the narrator tries to escape Paris because there's the beginning of a civil war. And he goes to the southwestern part of France. And I explored 2 teams he makes 2 trips down to the southwest of France. I explored 2 themes about it. One is food, because it's a region that is very well known for its food, but also history, because that is also the region where there was the first historical encounter between Islam and Christianity in Europe, when the Franks, who were the ancestors of the French, stopped the Muslims' army coming from Spain. So he goes to that region and then he discovers the history of that region. And then at the end of the novel, he contemplates converting to Islam. So that's the end of my talk.
Okay, so is there any specific role of history and gastronomy in Submission, or
role of gastronomy?
Yeah.
Yes, because when he goes to the southwest, he kind of mixes the regional cuisine, the historical cuisine of France, and the architecture, because he visits a couple of religious places there. And so he mixes, I mix in my interpretation the food history, the history of the food, and the history of religion at the same time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how were you introduced to Adner, and what made you attend the conference?
Well, I think I was introduced to Adner, if I remember, on the web. I think I saw some kind of email or something that was introducing those conferences. And I'm always interested in attending a conference abroad in the summer because of my administrative work. Excuse me, I don't get to travel a lot. So that's an opportunity for me to present my work, and I saw that there was a literature conference that was specifically for literature. So, and the timing was pretty good, early June, so I decided to apply, and luckily my paper was accepted, so that's why I'm here.
Okay, I hope you come again next year.
Yes,
Thank you.